Hello. Today is the first step in creating an electronic medication reconciliation system in Meditech. By the end of this class or film, you should be able to 1. State how to access that area in the computer to enter patient home medications. 2. Make entries into the medication reconciliation area. 3. Correct inaccuracies. And 4. Print an admission reconciliation report for the provider. You will sign into Meditech in your usual manner. If you're a floor nurse, go to your status board to access the assessments routine and choose the appropriate admission history. If you work in the ED, go to the D Home Medications Assessment. This will be where the question related to home medications, over-the-counter drugs, and herbals, when answered yes, will link to the new medication reconciliation area. From the status board, assessments, and into your history. This is the same question you're used to seeing. Simply answer yes here to go to the new routine.
What the heck? What are you talking about?
I don't know.
From the new routine, you'll click the Update Med List button. A pop-up screen appears that allows you to type in each drug. A type-ahead feature is included here that works like the medication entry and order management. For our example, I will type in LOPRES and choose the 50 milligram and click Select. This brings you to where you can finish the entry by picking the correct SIG. Today we'll pick TID. And then click Done. Okay. The next screen that appears is the last dose taken screen. Fill in the calendar, T will work, or you can click on the calendar day, enter the time. If the dose is different than the one you selected, you can include that under the dose, information source, purpose if known, and the comment will open up a comment box where you can free text in a reason. We'll say attention required no, as we know all the information that we need for this particular medication. Click OK. Repeat this process until the medication list is complete. Now let's walk through an example where the details are not all known. Begin the process as before and access the Update Med List. In this example, we'll click the Zoloft. This time, the patient does not know the strength of the prescription. Click the Undefined Med button before you select the strength. If you have no further details, click Done. If you know the last dose, fill it in. Otherwise, click Attention Required is checked Yes. Click Unknown Date, Time, and Unknown Dose if you do not know the dates and times. Select Done. You are brought back to the medication reconciliation screen. Notice the yellow box. This is how you are immediately informed of an attention required. Notice will also be sent to the status board as well and will be demonstrated later in this presentation. Once information is known on the medication, we use the Home Medication Update intervention to clarify the med. Next thing we'll have to do is print the medication reconciliation reports. To print them, simply press the Print button, choose Other Reports, and from your drop-down list, choose the appropriate report you need to print. In this case, we'll be doing the admission medication reconciliation. Do not click on Print on this prompt here. It will print to the wrong printer if you do that. Simply press OK, enter the printer you want it to go to, and press Return. After completing all your printing, you'll simply press the Return button to go back to your admission history. Since we had a medication that required some further clarification, we'll enter yes at the attention required query. That will allow a notification to be sent to the status board. Then you will complete the admission history as you normally would.
What's the status board?
After returning to the status board, you'll note that attention required is being displayed, indicating that a medication requires clarification. Once information about the medication is known, you'll use the Update Home Medication Intervention and Process Interventions to clarify the medication. Once you've obtained information about the medication requiring clarification, you'll use your Home Medication Update to clarify it. From this screen, you'll enter yes, press enter, and it'll take you to the Home Medication Reconciliation routine. Click on the medication you want to clarify, click the Change button, click the Replace Change button, into the medication string, choose the correct strength and form,
Just for the floor.
click Select.
Even for the floor. 7 patients.
Then choose the correct string
I don't know, Frank.
The patients don't even know half the time what they have.
and click Done.
Am I not right?
You can enter any information else
Yeah.
you know. And say OK. Before you say OK, click Retention Required, No. Press Return to go back to your Home Medication Update Intervention, and at Attention Required, enter No. This will remove it from the status board. After returning to the status board, you'll notice that Attention Required no longer shows up. After the patients start returning from a previous admission, their medications will default back in similar to they do today. You'll have to deal with these medications. When entering the medication reconciliation routine, you'll see the previous medications default in which case you'll have to either click on Review or DC. By clicking on Review, you're indicating that the medication is still correct. By clicking on DC, that's indicating that the patient is no longer taking that medication. Once you click on DC, you'll also have to choose a reason. Once you've gone through reviewed all the medications, click Submit. Review your changes and click OK. You can then add additional medications as required. Once done, press Return to go back to your admission history. When the patient is ready to be discharged and the physician has completed the discharge medication reconciliation order, go to the discharge assessment and enter yes at medications ordered to be taken at home. This will take you back into the home medication routine. Once there, you will need to update the patient's med list with the proper orders. Any medication the physician has discontinued, you will click on DC with a reason. Any new medication the physician has ordered, you'll have to click on Update Med List and enter that new medication, including the last dose taken today, if applicable. You can also go into each medication the patient is also on and indicate when their last dose was taken on the current MAR. So we'll click on last dose taken and enter the correct date and time. And say OK. You can do that for all the medications. Once done, click Submit. Review your changes, make sure they're correct. And then click the Print button.
Tell me you did the code cards, honey?
Other reports,
I'll do that.
and choose your patient copy. Say OK. On the print done prompt, enter the correct printer, press Return, and return to your discharge assessment. Thank you very much. This ends your presentation on RXM. Have a great day.
So what was that with all those stupid questions?
There's more.
Oh, there's more.
What do you mean, another presentation? That's it, right?
That's it.
But that didn't answer all the